Hi, this is Jeannie from Dollhouse Rescue, and here I am in my doll room, and this, of course, is my happy place. I've had a busy week again, a couple weeks, and so it's the first I've been in here for a couple of weeks. This is literally Christmas Day, Christmas night, and we have finished all our celebrations. We had people here just a little while ago, and they left, and my husband and I looked at each other, and he said, well, if you don't care, I'm going to go down to the garage and work a while. You know, he's got a hobby going down there, building a square body truck, an old one, and that's about all I can tell you about it without his expert help. So I said, well, I'm going to go to my doll room. Guess what? I've got a stack of boxes here I have not opened, and we're going to do a box opening. So I've got Christmas music playing in the background, so you can just pretend this is Christmas time and you're here with me, as pretend like I'm opening a bunch of Christmas presents. Of course, a lot of these I bought for myself, but that's okay, because as you know, a lot of times I forget what I bought. Now, this I know came from that dear friend of mine that I have connected with from this dollhouse group, and she hunts the local flea markets where she lives. She lives in another state from me, and they have better dollhouse stuff down there than I do. So that's who this is from, and she found this and sent it to me. And I appreciate so much her help. And look, of course, she's packed it, of course, very, very well. And I sort of remember what's in here because she had sent me a picture. Let's see. Oh, yeah. How cute is that? It's a whole bunch of little furniture. Some of it's like little pieces, but you know I don't mind that. The price was good. Look at that lamp. Wow. There were several lamps in here. They're the kind that have, I think they have little batteries in them. Well, as I recall, I don't recall if it said if they worked or not. Look, a little crib, and it's got a little pan in it. I believe that's a lampshade. And look, another lamp. As you know, I don't know a lot about these, so I will be learning along with you and finding out what is what. Oh, I thought this was cute, and this is a piece that I do not have. As you know, I'm somewhat of a beginner collector, although I've gotten a lot. That's a cute, adorable little lawnmower. That's good because my dollhouses, some of them, their grass is getting long. Oh, look at this. Is a little tiny metal stroller. I've not seen one of those. It's metal. Perfect, perfect. One of those little, we called them umbrella strollers when my kids were little. Then there's a dustpan. Oh, the baby, a tiny baby that goes in the stroller. And then a few other little pans and so on that I won't get out. There's a light bulb for one of those. I'll show you that. A light bulb for one of those lamps. We'll have to investigate to see if those will actually light up or not. They did it one time, but you know, they're probably, what, 50, 60, 70 years old. They may not anymore. Anyway, thank you so much to her for keeping her eyes open and for helping me out. Oh, I forgot to tell you, it wouldn't be, of course, Christmas without Grandma here watching. So she's right here by my side. Somebody asked where she was in the last video. Well, she had stepped out to do some last minute Christmas shopping, so she wasn't gone. She does not have her own new home yet. As you recall, I disassembled, under her watchful eye, I disassembled her last home. Look, there's a little toaster that came in that group too. See, they're so little, sometimes you could lose them. All right, another little package. Little box. I think this was, an eBay purchase. When I say eBay, honestly, it could have been any online auction. I also buy from Mercari, and I kind of hunt through several of them. I've learned from this group, you know, that there's more than one spot to buy. I don't just buy from eBay anymore. I don't recall what it is. It's nicely packed. Oh, yes, I do recall. When I was out browsing for stuff, I found another little furniture lot, and it was not very expensive. I think this might have been Mercari. Don't be afraid to try those other auction sites. They're all, you know, as far as I know, I've not had any bad luck with any of them. I suppose just like eBay, it kind of depends on the seller. But they don't get to sell very long if they don't provide and follow up like they're supposed to. So this has a little piano in it, which I do have a little piano. But, you know, I've got a lot of houses, so I could use another piano. And I've been in the mood for a jukebox, and I found that, and that's how I came across this lot. It's got a little jukebox in it, and it's marked marks on the back. It's got, you probably can't see it, but it does have the mark on there. And one more piece, and I don't really know what this is from. Maybe some of my experts could weigh in and tell me. I do not see a mark, but it's a little two-seated bench of some sort. Really, really cute. All right, it was not expensive, and I couldn't resist that little jukebox. Let's see what else Santa bought me, or allowed me to get, I should say. Okay, this is another smallish box. I've got some big boxes coming up here, so big boxes are fun. Little boxes are fun too. You know, you tell me which one's best. Okay, I told you I was in the mood for a jukebox, and you know why? Because I saw somebody had a Dixie Diner with a jukebox in it, and I'm like, well, if I had a Dixie Diner, I would also want a jukebox. So I was on the hunt. So I found this one. This is a Hallmark ornament. It says it lights and plays music. You know, that'd be wonderful. It does. If it does. If it doesn't, that's okay too. This is not new, and it's not from this year. I don't remember the year, but the ones this year were quite a bit smaller. The ones from 2022. So this one's from a few years ago. Wow, it is really, really cute though. Look at that. It's got a couple of little mice in it. It's a very nice little jukebox. And there's the cord. It must light into like a Christmas tree. So I will test it out and see if it lights, but it probably will not be lit in my dollhouse. And it says it plays music too. So we'll be testing that out too. It's got a little button on it. On the back, there's a tiny button. So I'll test that out, but not right now. Really cute. If only I had one of those little Dixie Diners. All right, my next box is a bigger box. And it's, again, it came either from eBay or one of the sites, one of those size boxes. It's got bubble wrap. So I'm always glad to see that it's wrapped well enough that the little furniture, I know this is furniture, didn't get rattled around too badly. I probably won't show you everything in here because it is a big lot full of furniture. But it's got a couple of pieces in it that, as I recall, that I was extremely interested in. I don't know that they're super rare, but I think they're rare enough to have been of interest to me. And I don't know everything, so some of you will know more about this than I do. What a surprise, right? All right, so I'm seeing a table. I'm seeing this is the superior furniture, the bed, a cradle or a crib, marked Marks. Nice, very nice crib. End table, toilet. This is I think a bigger size. This looks like 116, and this looks like 116. This is a Plasco tub. This one is Mark's kitchen sink. Probably a Mark's refrigerator. Table. Pedestal to a sink. Probably the sink will come up. This is a smaller toilet. You know, we always have a lot of discussion and so on about scale. But just to show you, this is the 124 scale, considerably smaller than this 116 scale. So you can see why in your dollhouse it would make a difference on how big your rooms are, whether or not which one would accommodate the best and look the best size-wise. But this is what I was interested in. This is the outdoor rotisserie for the split level house, and I have not one of those, but I actually have two of those houses. And one of them came with some of these pieces. I'm going to have to inventory which ones. And some of them, the other one did not come with any. So I needed this for my second split level house to make it complete. And if possible, I will work with Colin to see if we can get some 3D plastic reproductions. This is the other piece to that. This is the outside rotisserie to that more deluxe split level house. And that was one of the pieces I was very interested in. The rest of this, here's an oversized chair. It must be a 120, must be 116. And then we flip back to the 124. So the rest of this is just an assortment. Lovely furniture, my favorite kind of TV, the Marks TV. But nothing particularly of interest, I mean, that you would say, oh wow. But I would just show you, this is an interesting sink. That's a bigger size, and that is not one I'm familiar with. And it, of course, I don't see a mark. But it's kind of an ivory color. Very pretty. Very pretty. Very graceful sink. But some of this looks to be the am I right? I call it the superior or marks. A nice little white sofa. I've not seen that come in white before. Pink toilet. That's at least the 4th toilet I've seen, because there was one I didn't show you. Another toilet. 5 toilets. But here's another piece I was very interested in, because I think this also goes in the split level. And it's one of those, so it's hard to find if you have a split level. It's one of those pieces that people are looking for. And we may see if Colin would be able to 3D print that for us. The rest of these, this is a whole bag. This is furniture. I know it's out of the split level. I think I know that. And then another bunch of pretty little variety of furniture. This is really cute. I've not seen one of those before. It's just a short little dresser. So I'm just going to hold this up and show it to you, that you can see there's an assortment of furniture. Cute. I don't see anything broken in there. I think a lot of those are duplicates, but there is another bag in here in the same lot. So let's see what caught my eye in this lot. If there's anything else. Well, guess what? Another toilet. A table with a bent leg. Hopefully I can straighten that without breaking it. Remember I just showed you that pedestal with the sink? Well, there's the rest of that sink. Nice looking sink. This stuff is nice furniture, good condition, nothing particularly remarkable. Oh, a baby. Here we go. This is the base, I think, to that little divider table. I can't remember what you call this. Some of you would know what that's called. But that's from that split level house, and it's, again, kind of rare, hard to find. So that's what caught my eye in this bunch. Anything else in here of particular interest? A footstool, a dresser, another dresser. I love this little TV record player combo. I've got a couple of those, but there's another one. Oh, another part of that couch. Sectional, my mom called those. We had a sectional when I was young. Looked just like that. Oh, and there's a third piece to that sectional. I think that's the first one I have that's complete with all 3 pieces. Don't quote me on that, but I do think it is. And this came, again, from the split level house. I'm sure, I wonder if some of this other furniture did. I'm just not knowledgeable enough to know. But I could do some research and find out. I think that is it for, there's one of these little white stools, which I just think are always cute and cute. Really cute. And somebody had them display those really cute in their house just recently. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to share, other than I'm just going to hold it up and tell you it is full of good condition, mainly 124 furniture. It was not packed individually, but it was packed well enough. These bags had bubble wrap all around them, so nothing was damaged. So I'm going to give this eBay seller, since they're on eBay, I'm going to give them a grade B on the way they pack. Nothing was broken. I think they did their best to make it, look, here's a bunch of bubble wrap that they had in there. They did their best to make it nice, and it got here safely. So I'm going to give them a B or B+. They did all right. Love the furniture. Love that I got those rare pieces for that house. Okay, guess what? We're coming up to a big box. What do you think a big box would have in it? Well, it's not a full big dollhouse, because, you know, it's not that big of a box. But it is a really, 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 really cool thing. I watched this. I think I got it on Mercari, but don't quote me. And I watched it for weeks, and it didn't sell. And it's this little cottage house. And finally, it wasn't too bad of a price. And finally, I said, oh, heck yeah, I'm going to buy it. And so I'm excited to have this. And I've got a vision for this house. It's going to be, I wanted to do, and I've seen several of you do it, I wanted to make a school. And so the ground floor is going to be a schoolroom in this house. And on one lot that I got a few months ago, it came with a lot of the Mark's schoolroom furniture, which I was delighted to get. I'd never, of course, seen it before in real life. And it really, when I bought the lot of furniture, it wasn't clear that's what it was. So when I got it, I was really delighted to see it and to figure it out and to have it. So, but ever since then, I've had in my head, well, gee, I need a schoolhouse. Well, there was a Mark's schoolhouse at one time for sale, but you know, you really can't find them, and if I did, it'd be really expensive. This has these little things, and I know one of the members was looking for those, so I'm going to take pictures of that for you. I got busy at Christmas time and didn't get it done, but those are often missing, and I think those could be recreated out of photography paper, and or I might be willing to send them to Colin if he wants to reproduce them. I don't know. It's a little scary to mail that stuff. I trust him, but the United States Postal Service, I used to trust them too, but anymore they're a little flaky. All right, so it looks like this on this side. And the ground floor will be a schoolroom. And the top floor, I think I'm going to put cribs and nurseries and those little bassinet things in there for babies, and have a baby preschool or daycare up there. This is going to need a little straightening here. Otherwise, it's in good condition. I'm tickled to have it. So that'll be my schoolroom, baby nursery. Because I'll probably never spend the money for a baby land. If I saw one cheap, I'd buy it. But I'm just not. I don't think I'm going to spend like hundreds of dollars. So this little dude was a good price, and I'm tickled with him. Well, you know, you heard me say several times. All right, here's another big box. Oh, oh, oh. There, big box. Not big enough for a house, but a big house, a big box. You heard me say a couple times in this video, if I had a Dixie's Diner, I'd want jukeboxes. Well, you know, the reason I had to get those bought is, guess what? This is a Dixie's Diner. And this is a bunch of padding. They got brown paper bags in there padding it. So they did fine. I think I got this on eBay. And I got this thanks to one of our group members who saw this on eBay and posted it and said, oh, there's a Dixie's Diner on eBay. And I was like, oh, maybe I need that. So I thought it over, and I did need it. This is, as far as I can tell, the box has got some damage, but I think the Dixie's Diner is in there, and I think it is complete. So I'm going to have to open it up and look, and double check, because it looked like in the pictures, you see, it looked like it's got the original packing and such in it. See, it's got plastic, and it's got the cardboard packing, and a little box. There's a little box, and it looked like in the pictures that the stuff in there is like still wrapped up. So there's the little stools. I'm not going to take it all out, because guess what? This stuff is little bitty, and I'd like to keep it complete until I get him out and get him opened up. But I'm excited to have this little Dixie's Diner. They're cuter than cute. And it's got this page of decals that come with it. And I will probably scan these, and if anybody's missing those, then we can print those off for them. Like maybe you've got the diner and your decals are gone, or maybe you want to recreate a diner somehow with foam board. You would have these stickers available, so I will get those scanned for you. And then I'm just going to show you a picture again. There's a little doll in there. I'm going to show you a picture again of what this looks like. But I was not aware when I bought this that there were add-on play sets. These are, I think, from 1988, if I remember, and I think they're a Tyco product. And there were add-ons, and of course now if you want the add-ons, they're quite expensive to buy. But not everything came with the original. Like my husband looked at the box, he said, oh, that car's cool. Well, the car doesn't come with the original set. That was an add-on you had to buy. And there were other sets. There was like refrigerators and the jukebox. Well, I bought a replacement jukebox that I'll be using in there. Because now those add-ons, of course, are expensive. Hard to find inexpensive. So my husband said, why don't you pick out something for yourself for your dollhouses for Christmas? Well, I thought that was a great idea. And so I thought, well, you know what? That car for Dixie's Diner was just adorable. And even he had said, oh, look at that cool car. So guess what? You can find those on eBay listed separately. It was not horribly expensive. I think it was $25. It wasn't horribly expensive. But this one happens to be new in the box. And he says it's a Buick, and I think he's probably right, or it looks like a Buick, or a pretend Buick anyway. And it's got those friction feel wheels. My dad used to like that when I was young. I only had one sister and no brothers, and my dad sometimes would buy toy cars for himself, and he always liked them if they had those friction wheels like that. So, very cool. Thanks for sticking with me. You guys have a Merry Christmas. My next project is going to be, I think I'm going to get my Colonial out, the one that I recently disassembled, and I'm just going to touch up the paint on it and clean it up and polish it. I'm going to put car wax on it. I've not done that before, but I think that would be really nice to make it nice and shiny, and that is going to be available for sale. So you can watch for that if you're interested in that. And then after that, I think I'm going to work on my wish list. You know, I've been keeping a wish list of things that people want, and I'm going to start plugging away at that again, and hopefully get everybody's wishes, help your dreams come true. So I'll be working on that next, and I think that will involve the 48 T cone and the 51 T cone, I think, are the very first things on that list. So that will be my next project. So Merry Christmas. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed my little mini Christmas celebration here. And I hope you guys stay well and stay warm. It's really cold here in Iowa. We've had a blizzard and bitter cold weather. I think it's been cold a lot of places in the United States. But you guys make my heart warm. So thank you for joining me, and Merry Christmas.